Hi everyone, my name is Megan and welcome to my YouTube channel. So as you probably would have noticed, I haven't really been posting anything on my YouTube channel recently. And the reason for that is because I've been in school and I've been traveling and cross country and all these things going on. So I'm sorry I've been busy. Anyway, I wasn't really sure what to do for today's video, so I thought I'd just do a fun little video on how I got diabetes and my story and background so that you guys can learn a little more about me. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you again so much for watching. I hope you learn more from my channel. Please feel free to read my blog also, and I'll link it at the bottom where I'm more active on there and about spreading awareness about diabetes and helping fellow diabetics out there. So now let's get started onto my story of diabetes. So I was diagnosed at age 3 about a month after my birthday, and honestly I don't actually remember the day I was diagnosed. I don't know why, but I always think it's May 24th, but I think it's at the beginning of May. So anyway, my parents started noticing these really odd things about me, you know, the usual diabetic symptoms. As a 3-year-old, I was just chugging all this water. It was really not unhealthy, but it was just kind of weird for my parents to see. My dad said that I was gulping down a big one of this kind of bottle just like in one gulp, even though it's kind of a figure of speech, but it was just like all at once, so many of them throughout the day, and it was kind of crazy because he was just worried, why is this 3-year-old drinking so much water? My parents also noticed that I was wetting my bed because of all the water I was drinking, which was also odd because even though 3 is kind of a young age, you know, we're finished with wetting the bed or peeing in our pants or whatever. So they were like, okay, this is really odd. We thought Megan was over the stage. We taught her what is going on. Some other symptoms they noticed was I was like really sluggish and always tired. And overall, I just wasn't really myself as a 3-year-old. So first my mom took me, my brother was at his doctor's appointment, and my parents just mentioned to the doctor, you know, there's something really odd going on with our daughter Megan. Do you think you could help us, tell us what's going on? And the lady just would not help my parents out. She said, you need to make your own appointment with me. I'm not going to discuss it here at your son's appointment. You need to make another one. So already from the start, this lady's kind of like odd, not odd, but just too much. So, but my parents didn't make another appointment for me. So like the following week we came in and asked her what was up. So the lady, the doctor, she examined me and she's like, nothing's wrong with your daughter. It's probably just a flu. Stop being so stressed out. But my mom noticed something was up with her little girl, and she was like, okay, that's odd because Megan is very different and it's not just a sickness thing. But she took me home nevertheless. So then a couple days later, my mom was talking to my brother's friend's mom, who is a nurse, and she was like, you know, Megan, she's just really odd. She's been drinking a lot of water. She's sluggish. She's not feeling good. She's peeing. She's just doing all these really weird things. Do you know what it could be? So that lady, she's like, Kim, I think your daughter has juvenile diabetes. You need to take her in as soon as you can. This is not good. You need to go do something. So my mom, she didn't really know what diabetes was, but she made me an appointment for a couple days later because we weren't really sure what was going on, and the appointment took a long time. And honestly, they didn't really think it was anything that much because if the doctor said, and the nurse friend lady was just like kind of thinking about it, she wasn't 100% sure either. So the day my mom took me in, my dad was out of town. He was on like a business trip, a couple hours, I think like at least 10 hours away. He had to like fly there or something. So my mom took me, my brother, and my cousin in. She's like, oh, it's not gonna be a big deal. They're just gonna say she's fine or she's a little sick. So my mom took me into this diabetic center. The man who she took me to is actually still my doctor today, Dr. Rakasam. So my mom took me in there and they examined me and they were like, sorry, your daughter has juvenile type 1 diabetes. Mom was like, okay, like it's not a big deal, it's just diabetes. And they were kind of thinking, okay, this is really all. Why doesn't this lady care that her daughter is diabetic? So next what happened was my mom just told me this. They took her into a room, they sat her down and kind of explained everything. They're like, it's gonna be okay, but you need to know that diabetes is a lifelong disease. There's no way of getting rid of it. She's gonna have to take shots. Her life is changed, your life is changed, your husband's life is changed, your son's, all of that. So then my mom, it kind of just like, oh my God, like I don't know what this is. So then my mom, she was like stressing out. So then Dr. Bakasim, he helped my mom call my dad on the phone, and my dad flew right home, and he was also kind of like, what is diabetes? It's like, but my wife sounds really stressed out, so it must be something. So my doctor's office, where he used to have his office, was right across like the street from the Sutter Medical Center hospital. So they took me over to the hospital, and I was in the ER for about a week, and they gave me all this insulin, stuck needles in me, and it was hurting. My mom actually said that I was screaming, crying, and needles have never really like hurt me that much, so I was like, I don't know why it was such a big deal. But my dad explained to me, because I was diabetic and because like I was just diagnosed and my blood sugars were so high, because they were sticking the needle in me and I didn't have enough water in my system because of my high blood sugars, that's what was causing it to hurt so much. So I was in the hospital for about a week. Then my mom practiced giving shots to oranges, all the kind of typical diabetic parent learning things. And then we got out of the hospital and we went home. So my diabetic story isn't that exciting or fun, but I thought I'd just share with you guys. If anybody's watching my video and wants to share their diabetic story with me, I'd be really interested. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.